Sir Jay from Hollywood here at the European Wrestling Promotion Wrestling School in beautiful Hanover, Germany. And today we have a special guest coming over from the Midlands, that's right, from the UK, under the tutelage of one monster of the Midlands, Thunder, the Brookside School of Wrestling from Leicester.
Okay, und aufstehen! Knie beugen!
Axel Diva Jr. This time Sir Jay has the advantage. That's right. We're speaking the English. You comprende?
Mi comprende, senor.
What brings you to Hanover to the European Wrestling School today?
I have the pleasure to wrestle in my old school. I started here. I started with Eki. Had the pleasure to, I think like 6 years ago, just started my first steps in wrestling, and he used to teach me a lot before I moved to Hamburg. So for me, it's always a pleasure to come back to Hanover, to my hometown. It's a big, big thing to me.
Even Sir Jay likes Hanover. Can you tell us what were some of the important lessons that you learned at the European Wrestling School? I know they have a list of rules up on the wall.
Biggest thing to me, behavior, attitude. Most important things. If you got this base, you got everything, or you can do everything, can achieve everything. And that's what Eki really taught me in a hard way, in a traditional way, and I'm very, very grateful for that.
Now, you said something to me earlier today as we were talking. You said the most important rule that the young wrestlers today are ignoring.
Oh, that's it. That's the question already.
That's the
question. In my opinion, it's attitude and behavior, like I said. Is that what you mean, sir?
If the cameraman could please follow us to the list of rules on the wall here.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness.
You know, to number 7.
That was awesome. I really loved point 7 because nobody is doing that anymore. And that's just a thing, just a sign of respect. I mean, like, every wrestler should do that. Doesn't matter if he steps in the ring for a second or a minute or an hour. Doesn't matter. That's, for me, one of the most important things. And just like I said, that's all these things I got taught, like in the EWP wrestling school back in the days. And I'm such grateful for that because most of the people don't know these rules and don't know how to behave in the backstage. And in my opinion, most important thing for everybody, in my opinion.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Sir Jay here with Sir Jimmy, probably the longest reigning member of the Brookside School of Wrestling.
Yes, just about. Me and Danny Flynn, the longest ones, 8 years now.
8 years. Now, it was long ago that you and I met personally at the school. I think it was 4 years ago.
Yeah, about 4 years ago.
How have things changed since then for you?
For me, well, I've had a lot more matches since then, a lot more experienced, and met a lot more great people. You know.
You've been here to the European Wrestling Promotion before, and you've wrestled heavyweight champion Cannonball Grizzly?
Yes.
How did that go for you?
Surprisingly well. It was me and Cannonball Grizzly versus, well, my trainer at the time, Robbie Brookside and Patrick Schultz, and we won. I was 16 at the time, and well, it is my biggest achievement in wrestling so far.
Now, when I was at the school in Leicester, I noticed that sometimes y'all are training just on mats and not in the ring with the ropes. Is there a difference in training methods between the school there and the school here?
Well, no, not really. The only difference is we trained on mats and you train in rings. We do the exact same kind of style, and the way we do things is just about the same as what you do here. I mean, they're both brilliant schools. I mean, top schools, I reckon, in the world.
So I'm going to have to ask you to do something for me. For Sir Jay, because I came all the way from Hollywood just to see you here. I'd like you to imagine you're facing Robbie Brookside tonight in a singles match at Royal Albert Hall. And maybe you can just cut a little promo about the match and make sure that we all want to go.
Okay, now?
Right there.
Tonight, me, Jimmy Meadows, versus my trainer, Robbie Brookside. Now, in recent times, Robbie Brookside, you lost some hair. you wear a suit. So I'm beginning to question, is it still there? Is the fighting spirit still there? Tonight at the Albert Hall, we will find out, and I will prove I am the new name in British wrestling.
That's Jimmy Meadows. Sergey here with Toby from the Brookside School of Wrestling. Toby, how are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. I'm here in Hanover, Germany, along with you. Is this your first time here on the continent?
Yes, it's my very first time to Germany. I'm here and ready to fight.
You're ready to fight? Now, wait a minute. We're at the wrestling school. It's not fighting, it's training, it's learning, it's lifestyle, or is it just a fight?
It's a bit of both.
It's a bit of a...
It's everything.
It's everything.
It's everything.
Can you tell us a comparison to how training yesterday and today here in Hanover at the European Wrestling Promotion Wrestling School compares to the Brookside School of Wrestling in Leicester?
To be honest, it's very similar. Very similar, because the standard at this school is very much on par with what we have in England.
So how long have you been training there in the Brookside School?
I've been training just under 2 years.
Just under 2 years. Did you get to train with Mr. Brookside himself?
I did, yeah, before he left.
How do you feel about this radical change in attitude he's had now that he's cut his hair?
I wasn't happy about it. From a man with long hair myself, I was not pleased, I have to say.
Likewise. I mean, talk about not punk.
I know. Killed it.
Brookside, stay punk. Maxwell, Maxie, Schneider. I came here looking for freedom, and I'm not going to get what I want. It looks like you're injured. What happened?
Yeah, I don't really know what happened, but sometime during wrestling I hit my wrist, so I had to get surgery. But nonetheless, I'm here today to see the great talents of Brookside's wrestling.
So you worked together with Brookside's wrestling in the past. Tell me something about it.
Well, I think this might be one of the best schools in the whole world. So these talents that came over from England, they are extraordinary, great workers, and I'm really looking forward to see them again today in the ring.
Now, you trained with them together. Did you live in beautiful Leicester for a while?
I wanted to live in beautiful Leicester, but unfortunately I had to stay in not so beautiful Beeston. But still I made trips to train with them. I learned a lot from them, and I think everybody that's come tonight will be very impressed.
So that you can say that by now you can speak good Queen's English.
Queen's English, I can speak a little bit English from Leicester in it, but yeah, that's all I learned from there.
Tell me, what would be one comparison between the difference between having a trainer like Eki Eckstein here at the European Wrestling Promotion or Robbie Brookside?
I think both great trainers. I mean, what can you say? Robbie has now gone on to America, and I think that will also be the next step for Eki, definitely.
Okay, thank you very much. Well.